Hey y'all, Beasley here, once again coming to you from the Riverview neighborhood in Riverside Drive in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a special day for me, an anniversary of sorts. It was 7 years ago today that I first made my home here on the sandy banks of the Arkansas River. Most Tulsans recognize these buildings near the top of Riverside Drive, just off Route 66 and the Southwest Boulevard Bridge. Whenever I post something about these apartments, I typically get responses on Facebook about I've always wanted to see inside. So today we're going to get an opportunity to get more information and get a look at a couple of these units. The Hemphurst Buildings on the River Parks trails. There's the Arkansas River. Built in 1931 in the popular Tudor style, these are the Hemphurst Buildings. These were designed in the Tudor style, first developed in the 15th century in England. There are many buildings in Tulsa and around the United States built in the 1920s and 30s during the Tudor Revival movement. Characteristic of the Tudor style, the ground level is built with either brick or stone, with any successive levels being wood framed with exposed timbers, and those timbers and any decorative wood pieces painted in brown or reddish brown. Other Tudor characteristics include the arched doorway and windows and the battlements on top of the parapet here at Hemphurst Manor. Another one of my favorite features is found here at Hemphurst Castle in this bay window, providing great views of the Arkansas River. I need to add, no, it's not snowing in May here in Tulsa, but the cottonwoods are seeding out. My favorite feature of the Hemphurst Arms building is this tower entrance into the apartment. My favorite Tudor detail on the Hemphurst Lodge building is this arrow loop, in case you have to fight off the hordes on Crybaby Hill during Tulsa Tough, or the marauders from Oktoberfest on the west bank of the Arkansas River. With a total of 6 buildings and only 4 units per building, there's 24 units here in the Hemphurst Buildings. They don't come open often, but today we've got a chance to get inside of Hemphurst Terrace. This is apartment number 3 of Hemphurst Terrace at just over 800 square feet. Certainly tiny by today's standards for a 2-bedroom apartment. But in the 1930s and 40s, the standards were much different. And it is in this apartment that the Kirchhofer family raised their 2 daughters. We had 4 people living in this small 2-bedroom apartment. This distinctive arch separates the living room from the dining room in all of the Hemphurst buildings. Built-ins are not included in all of the buildings, and one of my favorite features in this dining room, spent a lot of time on this little peninsula hosting when I lived here in apartment number 3. So we come through the small galley kitchen, we step out onto the back deck, and parking for the apartments underneath said deck. We are now in the back bedroom, and moving towards the front bedroom, we come through this Jack and Jill style bathroom that separates the two bedrooms. I'm sure when the Kirchhoffers were here with their two teenage daughters, it was a lot of fun getting into the bathroom in the morning. My favorite feature of apartment number 3 is this fantastic balcony overlooking Riverside Drive, the River Parks trails, and the Arkansas River. I don't think there's a better view in Riverview. These 6 buildings are listed as contributing buildings on the National Register of Historic Places as part of the historic Riverview neighborhood. There is my apartment at Hemphurst Lodge. Now back in front of Hemphurst Lodge, since we got to see one of the 2 bedrooms, I'll show you my apartment. It's Hemphurst Lodge, apartment number 1. Come on in. Welcome to Hemphurst Lodge. Again, this is my apartment. It's a small 1-bedroom. Since becoming an empty nester, I have downsized twice and now live in approximately 520 square feet. You see the arch that separates the living and dining rooms that is, again, the same in all of the Hemphurst buildings. I say dining room, there's the extent of my dining room, which is also my office. As we look around, there is the closet. The door here is the bathroom, pretty standard little bathroom. Small 1-bedroom, again, 520 square feet. And finally, again, a small galley kitchen. I hope y'all have enjoyed this brief introduction to the Tudor Revival style and a look at the Hemphurst buildings. And for many of y'all that have wanted to see inside, I'm glad that I was able to provide at least a virtual tour of a couple of these units, especially today as I celebrate my 7th anniversary of life on the sandy banks of the Arkansas River. See y'all again soon. Thanks.